Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Hudson Sports and Civic Center. This is Dave Drewiski and Paul Winkles bringing you the hockey game between two longtime conference rivals. The Hudson Raiders in white to our right, and their arch rival, the Eau Claire Memorial Old Abe's from Eau Claire. Typically during the season, these two teams play last during the cycle of conference games. This year they've reversed the schedule, and Hudson and Memorial are scoring off first. This is a very veteran Memorial team. They only lost 5 players from a conference championship team last year. It was expected to be a rebuilding year for them, but they tied River Falls for the conference championship last year and were beaten out in the sectional finals by Rice Lake. Hudson, on the other hand, lost 7 seniors and 4 out of the 5 top scorers from the team. We'll give you the starting lineup now for Eau Claire. Alexander Dahl is a junior. He was their leading scorer last year. Matthew Knapp is the wing, a sophomore, and number 12, Neil Klingensmith, a senior, will be at the other wing. Andrew Knickerbocker, number 2, is on one defense. And Shane McLaughlin, number 16, a 4-year starter for Eau Claire, is at the other wing. The twin brother of Shane McLaughlin, Aaron McLaughlin, number 30, is between the pipes for Eau Claire. Now we're going to switch over to the Hudson starting lineup. Center, number 11, Adam Dardine. Adam's a 3-year varsity player for Hudson. His wings, number 12, Bo Holmes. Bo Holmes was injured last year. He was a starting quarterback on Hudson's very successful football team this fall. And Zach Beinlich, number 14, also a 3-year player on the team, is at the other wing. Andrew Rodewald, a veteran defenseman, number 9, at 1D. And number 15, Evan Zick, is at the other D. Matt Strakota is in the nets for Hudson. Matt was actually a starting nose tackle for the Hudson football team, although he's only a sophomore. We're going to take a break here for the national anthem, and then we'll be watching the puck drop.
Referees tonight are Tim Rowan and Corbin Dixon. The linesman is Brady Dixon. Ladies and gentlemen, please enjoy the national anthem sung by Will the River.
At the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the golden sky, o'er the rampart we watch, first so gallantly streaming, and the rockets red, the guns bursting in air, give proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, sing out that star-spangled banner wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the
Okay, well, this should be an interesting early season matchup. Memorial went down to the Milwaukee area last weekend and played 2 games. They lost to Heartland Arrowhead 3-2. Eau Claire being ranked number 4 in the state to start the year. Arrowhead was ranked number 6. Eau Claire outshot Arrowhead by 31-15 though. Eau Claire rebounded against another ranked team, Catholic Memorial High School out of Waukesha, and beat them 4-0 on Saturday night. So Eau Claire's got 2 games under their belt. This is Hudson's opening game. The interesting thing about Hudson's roster this year Coach Stoskoff only has 4 defensemen on the roster. I suspect he'll be dropping back one of the veteran forwards from time to time if he needs help. But right now he's going to try to go with 4D. And the pair starting tonight are Rodewald and Zick. Dardine taking the face-off. Puck goes back. McLaughlin's got it. Puck knocked down by Dardine. Dardine flips it in. Puck comes out. Rodewald kicks it up, and then it's thrown in the Hudson zone. Hudson's got some very veteran forwards on this team. Has 9 seniors. Eau Claire has 10 seniors. So a lot of veteran players on both teams. Zick taking Munger off the puck. Dardine flips it out of the zone. There's Beinlich with the puck, tried to get it up. And here's Munger coming in. McLaughlin gets it behind the net, where Rodewald tips it over to Holmes. Puck comes over to Beinlich, and Beinlich carries it out of the Hudson zone. Beinlich dumps it in, and Hudson will be doing a line change. Hudson's the second line. Zick intercepted the pass. The puck goes McLaughlin, sends it up to Spence Corum. Corum sends it in. Husebo tried to drop it to Michael Holmes. Here's puck dished off, and right now Holmes picks it up. And we got a hook coming. Okay, well, Hudson's going to the box here. It'll be Ryan Dow going to the box for Hudson. And Memorial going on a power play. So at 118, Dow for hook. Well, Memorial switching up their power play unit. Sending in Knapp to take the face off. Puck goes over to the sideboards. Klingensmith with it. Puck gets kicked out. Now Zick sends it down the length of the ice. There's McLaughlin, who logged probably 40 minutes of ice time in a 50-minute game, sending the puck wide over to a nice defensive play by Husebo. Husebo sends it wide, even though Hudson had a 2-on-2 shaping up. Dardine back, putting some pressure on McLaughlin. McLaughlin's a big horse, 6'2", about 215. And he powers it in, sends a shot on net. Sirkota knocks it down, and we've got a whistle. No goal there. Memorial kept hammering on the puck. Okay, Hudson switches up units. McLaughlin stays out. Puck sent back to Knickerbocker. He's taken off by Corum, picked up over there and sent around the corner. Comes out to McLaughlin. McLaughlin quickly over to Knickerbocker. Looked like it went out, but it's sent out by the long arm of Zach Beinlich. Beinlich dislocated his thumb in the third to the last game of the football season. Fortunately, he's got those hockey gloves to wear. We need that big reach out there. Memorial's an exceptionally big team. Beinlich is 6'4", which is very tall for the Hudson team. Eau Claire's got 3 players at 6'4" or better, and 1 at 6'3". Puck being dumped in. And sent around her. Beinlich clears, and no threat so far for Eau Claire. Good job by the Hudson penalty killers. Husebo comes out centering the second penalty killing unit for Hudson, knocks it down. Puck kept in the zone, sent wide by Holmes. Holmes is only a freshman. He has played on a couple of Wisconsin teams as he's grown up. Very talented player, and his parents have the good fortune of having both of their boys. Their puck knocked down in front by Eau Claire. There's Clinton Smith sending it where it's intercepted and sent out of the zone by Rodewald. Puck comes down to McLaughlin. McLaughlin. The puck comes back to Rodewald. Rodewald tries a bank pass up to Husable, and it's knocked down as they tried to dump it into the Hudson zone. Puck comes across. Here's a good. Oh, too bad he couldn't handle that pass cleanly. There's a dump out. Puck sent into the zone. Zick picks it up, sends it across to Lawrence Pruitt. A number of these players I haven't seen before, so you're going to have to give me a minute to get caught up here. So it looks like Corum, number 3, and Pruitt, number 20, defensive pairing for Hudson. Pruitt sends it in. Hudson changes lines. Jardine almost intercepted that pass. Both these teams seem very tense, not very crisp in their passing, not very patient either. There's Corum with the puck, skates it out of the corner, flips it up, a little long for Dardine. Puck dumped in on net, Strakota holds on, and we'll have a face-off down in the Hudson zone. There was a little concern at the start of the year. Strakota jammed his neck in the middle of the meat pit that they call a football line, but he's healed up well and in the nets for Coach Mike Staskow. And puck comes back out. Well, Claire is running 3 sets of D. That's Kaplan, number 3. His partner, well, that's Dahl was back on the point there. He's normally a center. Okay, well, we'll get this, I'll correct that. It looks like Eau Claire is running a 5-man rotation with McLaughlin going every other shift. Hudson doing a good job manning up with their assignment so far. Puck dumped in front of the net. Klingensmith tried a little chip as it went by the net, but missed, fortunately. There's Husable hitting the puck up to Ryan Dow. Dow's shot went high over the net. Pruitt battling for that center ice, gets it to Holmes. Holmes tried to hit Dow on the, and there's an icing on Eau Claire. Okay, Hudson's third line is centered by James Fall, who's a sophomore. David Keane, who's also a sophomore, at that other wing, number 18. And then number 6, Stephen Berkey, who's a junior, is at the other wing. So Hudson running 3 lines here. Puck intercepted there by Eau Claire. Nice shot on net. Big rebound. And Hudson covers up well in the middle. There's Berkey getting the puck into the Eau Claire zone. Back over to McLaughlin. McLaughlin sends it hard. Up to Bollinger. There's Rodewald sending it hard up to Dardine. Hudson's just maybe got a little bit too energy. Their passes are all about 6 foot or 6 inches to 12 inches long. There's a nice poke check there by Pruitt. Pruitt gets around his man, gets the puck up to Beinlich shot deflected wide. Puck left for Dardine. Dardine had Beinlich right in front. Pruitt's shot knocked down by a sprawling Bollinger. McLaughlin rings it hard off the boards. That's over the stick of Zick. Kind of surprised that was called an icing. Zick did have a chance at it, but it looked like McLaughlin was just trying to clear the zone. Hudson had nice pressure there, the first sustained pressure they've had tonight. Looks like they might be settling down a little bit. You know, Eau Claire is in their third game, Hudson in their first, and this is a big conference matchup to start the year. There's Ryan Dow in the corner, gets ridden off. Puck comes out, Husable almost got it, but Holmes comes around and dumps it in. Dahl sending it out. Dahl was a talented player. He had 22 goals last year. His brother was a 4-year starter for Eau Claire and a member of a couple of state teams. Here's Dahl coming into the zone. Dahl tried to hit Holmes coming across the middle. Quick transition for Eau Claire. They dump it in and they go for a line switch. Klingensmith in there to give a little bit of pressure. Here's Corum skating it out. Scorum, long pass up. He's got Dow. Dow waiting for, the trailer. Husable couldn't handle that pass. Nice vision there by Ryan Dow. McLaughlin's got it. Poke checked off by Swinney. Swinney is a first-year varsity player. Haven't seen him play much. He is a senior, so he may have come off Hudson's junior gold or U16 team, who've been actually very good the last couple of years. Okay, McLaughlin goes in for a slash. And Hudson goes on the power play. Puck sent out of the zone by Dahl. Dahl gets it up to Klingensmith. Knocked down by Pruitt. Pruitt pass was intercepted by Dahl. There's Corum sending it up to Berkey. Puck goes back. Stakota settles it down where it's picked up by Pruitt. Pruitt sends it wide, not caught by Keane. Again, I think a lot of nerves. Here's Ryan Dow. Ryan, one of the veteran forwards for Hudson, gets it up to Corum. Corum's pass deflected by Knapp. Puck comes across to Corum again. Memorial's being pretty aggressive there. Zick got caught up in the ref. There's Beinlich toe dragging around. Beinlich's shot went just wide. Beinlich again in the middle. And the net comes off its moorings. Good opportunity there by Hudson. Boy, this goalie, Aaron McLaughlin, is a twin brother of Shane McLaughlin, but he's about half the size. There is some room in the net. When you're shooting on him, his brother would pretty much block it out. I got Husable out there with Beinlich and Dardine. Husable is centering on this face-off. Puck goes back up against the boards. Dardine in working. Husable leaves it for Dardine. There's Beinlich trying to dump it in. Dow snuck in. Couldn't quite get a shot off. There's a low shot, went just wide. Zick's got it. Zick sends it back in front. Knocked down by Munger. Now the puck comes out. Here's Klingensmith. 2-on-1 here. Dahl streaking to the net. There's a little very patient play there by Dahl. He came in, got the defenseman to commit, got the goalie to commit, and then hit a little backhand that flipped up and over Stakota. So at 11:10 here, Eau Claire, that was Klingensmith that did the backhand. Assist goes to Dahl. So Eau Claire draws first blood, shorthanded. zone by Beinlich. Hudson has a short power play remaining. Maybe one more chance here. Dow picks it up behind the net. Puck comes up to Dardine. Dardine, drop pass went out of the zone, brings a whistle. So Swinney's going to be taking the face-off. He's got Ben Johnson on his wing, number 19, as well as David Kane. Okay, we have another whistle. That'll be for a penalty against number 7, Novacek from Eau Claire. You got it. You went for tripping right off the face-off. And so Hudson goes right back on the power play at 11:38. Got Husebo taking the face-off. Dardine trying to battle for it. Dardine ends up with it. We've got Big Zach Beinlich camped as a fixture right in front of the crease down there. He's been getting some chances, and Eau Claire's D's have not been able to move him out of the crease. Always helps when a hockey player plays a little football. The face-off coming just outside the Eau Claire zone. Husebo again against Dahl. The puck comes out, Hudson controls. Beinlich tried to get it to Zick. Zick back to Dow. Dow pass intercepted by Klingensmith. Klingensmith's pass sent out of the zone. Now McLaughlin sends it down the ice and Hudson will regroup. Dahl on the forecheck. Dow with the puck. Dow up to Husebo. Husebo sends it in hard around the boards. Puck took a funny bounce there. When you see a player dump the puck in like that, because Hudson had 2 men coming down the left boards, but the puck made a funny bounce and came out right behind the net where Aaron McLaughlin covered it, and there'll be another face-off down just outside the Eau Claire net. The puck comes out, nice shot right from the side. Bad angle shot, good opportunity here. Hudson 2 shots in there. Husebo, Beinlich battling in there. Beinlich's got it over on the half board. Beinlich sends it back to Dardine. Dardine out to Dow. Okay, they just called Husebo for in the crease, and that'll bring a face-off outside the Eau Claire zone. Nice pressure by Hudson. Eau Claire just seems to settle into a 4-man box around their goalie. Hudson's big men camped on the crease, getting some opportunities there. Dahl sends it back to Knickerbocker. Knickerbocker sends it down into the Hudson zone. Strakota sends it over to Dow. Ryan Dow with the puck, looking for an opening. Stick handles around Klingensmith and now brings it up the ice. Dow dumps it in where Knickerbocker picks it up. Knickerbocker sends it long. Tried to hit a streaking Klingensmith. Strakota over there to knock it down. Strakota can't quite handle it. Fortunately, Hudson has some support back there. Here's Zick with the puck. Zick sends it up to Dow. Dow bringing it across center ice. Dow with speed. Tried to slip it around Knickerbocker. Dow over there battling. And Beinlich, Dow got it on the sidewall. Well, the puck comes back to Fall. Fall sends it wide for Dow. Dow, I think, needs to come off the ice. He looks tired. There's Knickerbocker with it. Kane trying to handle the puck. And we've got an offside called against Hudson. I didn't really recognize David Kane when he showed up this year. He went from about 5'6" to 6'1" in just a few months. He's a brother of Chris Cago Kane, who was an exciting player for the Raiders about 3 years ago. There's McLaughlin picking up that pass. McLaughlin coming in hard. McLaughlin sends it across. Hits the skate of Knapp. Kept in. McLaughlin still got it. And he buries it in the chest of Matt Strakota. Well, no damage done in 2 power play opportunities for Hudson, although they did have the puck down low twice. On the first power play opportunity for Hudson, Auclair's Klingensmith scored a shorthanded goal with a little backhanded flip over Strakota. McLaughlin's got it. His attempted shot knocked down. Comes out to Ayers. There's an opportunity. Right up. Oh my. Bo Holmes in there. His shot left a big rebound out. And the puck went off its moorings, so that putback won't count. Unfortunately, Hudson nearly tied the game. Because the goalie knocked the net off, the faceoff will be inside the Eau Claire zone. Hudson's best opportunity tonight. There's Dow. Puck coming out wide. Here's Klingensmith again. There's Zick, leaves it for Rodewald. Rodewald flips it up and out of the zone. Comes back to Kapla. Kapla sends it over to Munger. Munger's pass is long, and that'll be an ice on Eau Claire. Bring the face-off down into the Hudson zone. Okay, so it'll be Dow, Husebo, and Holmes. Front line for Hudson. Facing off against Brzezinski, number 19. Puck being carried out of the zone by Brzezinski. Puck coming across the center ice. It's dumped in by Bollinger. Zick's got it. Zick with a nice little fake there. Gets it up to Holmes. Holmes back to Zick. And then up to Dow. Dow flips it in. Where it's picked up by Knickerbocker. Knickerbocker around Bo Holmes. Knickerbocker into the Hudson zone. Eau Claire does a real nice job of sending guys right down the slot. That time it was number 15, Josh Lynn. This puck kicked over to the side. Knickerbocker sends it in. Lawrence Pruitt back to get it. Pruitt tried to tip it back. It's sent in back behind the Hudson net. Jardine's got it, sends it around to Zach Beinlich. Beinlich up to Holmes. Holmes against McLaughlin. Holmes around. Beautiful, beautiful pass. Sent just wide by Spence Corum. Spence Corum doing a nice job coming up from the D for an opportunity just wide of the post there. There's Jardine just off the end of his stick. If he'd have taken just a half step more, he could have got some good wood on that. Well, Claire's being sloppy in their own zone. Hudson's had some opportunities. They just got to keep their feet moving, got to settle down a little bit. This is the goalie that against Arrowhead gave up 3 goals on only 15 shots. So I think Hudson's got a chance if they can just settle down and get some hard shots on net and go hard for the rebounds. Puck comes around to Knapp. Knapp momentarily loses it. Now Dow picks it up in neutral ice. Dow flips the puck into the zone. Husebo giving chase. Munger sends it around to Knapp. And now Dahl sends it out. Here's Klingensmith loses the handle on it. Dahl has to regroup while Klingensmith picks up. All right, Hudson going to the box again. for a charge. I don't agree with that call. Knickerbocker lost his edge, and but Mike Holmes is going to the box for a charge. So Hudson's got to kill a penalty off here for the last minute 10 of the first period.
Penalty call on Hudson's number 12, Mike Holmes, permanent minor for charging.
Puck coming out to McLaughlin. Puck going wide over to Munger. Munger's shot deflected wide over against the side glass and then sent out by Zick. There's McLaughlin with the puck now. McLaughlin, by the way, is one of 5 Wisconsin high school players that's being considered as a potential NHL draft pick. So that's why we're keeping our eyes on him. Here's McLaughlin with the puck. He's taken off the puck by Dardine. McLaughlin sends it up to Dahl. Dahl ends up with the puck on a deflection. Dahl on the half board sends it back to Munger. Munger's shot deflected high off the glass down in the corner. Here's Klingensmith with the puck. Klingensmith back to Munger. Munger to Klingensmith. Good job by Evan Zick, battling for the puck down there. Now Dahl comes up with it. Dahl tried a little flip, that was knocked down, and so no damage done, no shots by Eau Claire on that power play, and Hudson will be shorthanded for the first 50 seconds of the second period. Only 3 shots registered for Hudson, although they had many more opportunities in what you call the hockey red zone, which is between the circles and about 20 feet out of the net, the high slot. I think if Hudson can slow down, they've showed me a lot. This is a good Eau Claire team. Both teams appear to have a lot of nerves going on. And if Hudson can settle down and start making their passes and moving their feet so they can get good shots off down in the net, I think they have a good chance of coming back. I think very good hockey game so far, and we're excited to bring you the second period. This has been Dave Drewiski and Paul Winkles for the Hudson Blue Line Club. Join us right back here for the second period. Okay, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the start of the second period. Big Rivers Conference game between the Eau Claire Memorial Old Aids and the Hudson Raiders. These teams finished 1-2 in the conference last year, and it's Hudson's opening game, Eau Claire's third game. Eau Claire comes in with a 1-1 record. Hudson, as I said, is their first game. Eau Claire's the only score of the game so far was a shorthanded goal by Klingensmith for Eau Claire. A little flip over Strakota towards the tail end of Hudson's first power play. Hudson's actually had better scoring chances than Eau Claire so far during the first period, but haven't really been able to get solid shots in the net. They've had the puck down deep a number of times. 52nd penalty kill for Hudson to start, and puck sent in by Ryan Dow. Dow logs a lot of ice time for Hudson. Penalty kill, power play, centering Hudson's second line. Evan Zick back. Okay, for some reason the penalty clock didn't start. Everybody excited about that, but our ace clock operators have a handle on it. Okay, face-off down in the Eau Claire zone. Maybe Hudson can replay the favor and get a shorty of their own.
We reached that. I'll give you a verbal countdown for the last 10 seconds.
Okay, Dow taking the face-off. Down in the zone. Dow forced it to the net. Couldn't quite get the puck on it. Here's McLaughlin carrying the puck out of the zone. Sends it wide to Bollinger. Bollinger taken off the puck by Zick. Zick sends it around McLaughlin's got it, sends it in front, knocked down by Husebo. One player I expected to see on the ice for Eau Claire is Hunter Scott, number 21. He's a 4-year starter for Eau Claire, but he's injured and did not dress tonight. There's Rodewald just killing some time, sends it deep. There's Bo Holmes. Oh, okay. Rodewald tried to hit Holmes coming in. The penalty just expired. The pass went long, and it'll bring a face-off down in the Hudson zone. There's Bollinger taking the face-off. Puck comes over to Knapp. No, comes out to Holmes. Holmes gets it out. Puck knocked down as it comes into the Hudson zone. Spence Corum gets it up and by Holmes. Puck comes back and kicked wide by Strakota. Sent around by Lawrence Pruitt over to Bo Holmes. Holmes tips it up, or Dardine picks it up, sends it wide to Beinlich. Beinlich dumps it into the Eau Claire zone. Is Dardine in after it? Almost knocked it down. Beinlich picks it up on the half boards. Sent over, backhand try by Holmes. Didn't get much on it because Munger had a stick covering Holmes. Hudson switches lines. We haven't seen much of Hudson's third line. Now Hudson switches up again, back to their first line centered by Ryan Dow. There's some skill on Hudson's first two lines. The puck comes wide, comes up to Pruitt. Pruitt back over to Corum. Corum sends it up. And a little beyond. Little pass over to Klingensmith. Klingensmith taken off the puck by Dow. Puck comes out of the zone, picked up and carried into the zone by Dow. Dow reverses, gets it out to Zick. Zick shot, knocked down in front. Zick sends it in, little deflection. Oh! Great opportunity there for Michael Holmes. Just went over his stick. Nice little tip by Husebo. There's a long pass to Novacek. Novacek sends a weak one on goal. Puck covered up by Strakota, and it'll be a face-off in the Hudson zone. We've got Brzezinski taking a face-off against Dardine. Puck comes over, sent out of the zone by Zick. Here's Holmes with speed coming in. Picked up by Beinlich. Nice pressure. Shot went wide by Beinlich and tipped out of the out of the play. Well, Beinlich's always prowling around the net for Hudson. That time he sent in a shot from the half boards that was tipped wide. Dardine sends a puck in behind. Beinlich's got it, sends it back to Zick. Zick shot in front, and it goes in. Well, Claire packs it in around their goalie, and I think McLaughlin shielded it. So Zick evens the score for Hudson here. So Zick from Beinlich and Dardine, and Hudson ties the score.
Scoring the tying goal for Hudson, number 15, Evans. Assisted by 14, Zach Beinlich, and number 11,
There's a puck stolen by Holmes. Holmes didn't shot wide. Now Dow in there battling. Dow gets it up. Dow flips it over to Dardine. Dardine sends it wide. Holmes couldn't get the backhander on it. Puck carried into the zone left, and shot wide. And a broken stick there by Dahl. Puck comes out. Husebo was trying to hit Michael Holmes streaking down the far boards. Pass went long. Hudson must have got a good pep talk by Mike Stoskoff during the intermission there. They've come out firing a little more crisper on their passes, feet moving better. Okay, Bollinger taking the face-off now against Dardine. Puck comes up to Boholmes. Boholmes shot from far outside, caught by McLaughlin. So Stoskov's using the Dardine line every other shift now just to try to generate some offense. Pruitt and Corum in on D for Hudson. Bollinger will not be taking the face-off. He leaves Herzog do it. Puck comes out. Pruitt sends it in behind the net. Dardine working hard, knocks Kapla off. Oh, nice backdoor feed there, just beyond Beinlich. Hudson's going to connect on that. They really do a nice job digging it out from behind the net and trying to hit Beinlich, who's parked in the crease. Dardine and Corum in there battling. Puck comes back to Pruitt. Pruitt loses a puck behind the net, but stays with it and picks it back up. And the puck finally comes out of the zone. Munger back to get it. Munger tried to send it back to his partner. Nice forecheck there by Michael Holmes. Holmes tried to get the pass to one of his running mates. This Klingensmith takes Zick right into the Hudson zone. There's McLaughlin with it. McLaughlin shot, knocked down in front by Zick. Hudson's got a 2-on-1 here. He sends it up to Michael Holmes. Zick streaking, down streaking, hard shot. Deflected wide. Their puck comes out. Shot right back in front by Husebo and smothered by McLaughlin. Good pressure again by Hudson. Hudson only came in registering 3 shots for the whole first period. They've already registered 5 in the first 5 minutes and 15 seconds here of the second period, and a goal, most importantly. Hudson Swinney took the face-off there. Swinney's seeing his first varsity action. There's a shot in front. Knocked down. Hudson doing a nice job of covering up. I think the net's off just barely. Good first pressure by Eau Claire of this period. But Hudson's D's were in there, parked in the crease and prevented any damage from being done. It looked like Strakota was a little out of position there. Dardine back in to take the face-off against Bollinger. Their puck comes out, Rodewald's got it, sends it over to the half-boards. Dardine back around to Corum. Corum sends it up to Holmes. Holmes uses a high glass to get it up to Dardine. Dardine, shot deflected high and out of play. I don't know if it's a strange coincidence or not, but anytime a Hudson player gets a good scoring opportunity, it looks like the Eau Claire goalie's looking to knock the net off its moorings, as just happened there with McLaughlin. Strange coincidence how that happens. Hudson would have a 2-1 lead had not McLaughlin knocked the puck off, the net off in the first period. But it should be a delay of game penalty if the refs think he's doing it on purpose. Dardine shot right from the face-off. McLaughlin manages to cover it with Beinlich lurking. Well, Big Zach Beinlich's had many opportunities to tip one and redirect one right in front of the net. He's going to get one yet tonight. There's Beinlich with the puck, shot right on, deflected wide. McLaughlin sends it up where Klingensmith leaves it for Dahl. Dahl in all alone. Dahl's shot knocked down. Not quite, the zone was not cleared. Knickerbocker knocks it in. There's Dahl with it. Spence Corum flips it up to Holmes. Dardine says enough of trying to pass through traffic. He sends it around to Andrew Rodewald. There's a shot by Knickerbocker, knocked wide by Strakota. Back out to Knickerbocker again. Deflection in front. Opportunity there for Klingensmith. It's picked up by Dardine. Dardine gets it out to Holmes. Holmes can't pick it up. It comes back to Dahl. Dahl shot. Deflects high, up, and on top of the net. Good pressure there by Eau Claire. First sustained pressure of the night for Eau Claire. Both teams are starting to find their groove. Neither one of them looked like a high caliber team in the first period, but they're starting to show their stuff this period. There's Ryan Dow taking a face-off against Bollinger. Battle in there. Puck finally ends up on Husebo's stick. Husebo over to Dow. Puck comes out to the point. Shot deflected high and over the net. Bollinger comes out with it. Bollinger with the puck. Deflection in front. One thing you'll see, Eau Claire does a real nice job of sending guys down the slot. There's Dow with the puck. Dow ridden off briefly, finally taken off. And the puck comes around and out of the Hudson zone. Pruitt over to Rodewald. Rodewald sends it up to Holmes. And Holmes dumps it in the Eau Claire zone. There's Kapla sending it wide to Bollinger. And Rodewald sending it back out to Holmes. There's Husebo. And Rodewald sending it in behind the Eau Claire net. Okay, well, Eau Claire has had some sustained pressure here for about the last 3 shifts. Hudson's got to pick it up. They had good pressure to start the period. Puck goes wide and long, and they call an ice on that. So another face-off down in the Hudson zone. Dardine again taking the face-off. This time against Brzezinski. Clean win. Beinlich sends a shot on ice, or on the net. There's a shot by Beinlich. 2 shots in there low by Hudson. A shot and a rebound, and McLaughlin covers up. There's Dahl taking the face-off now. McLaughlin's got it. It's a shame McLaughlin flips it out of the zone. And that'll be called as another ice. Well, yeah, clearly they don't. They're got no problem taking an icing to stop any momentum Hudson might be building. Now, here's Husebo coming out to take the face-off against Dahl. Puck comes over to Dow. Dow dumps it back in the corner. Holmes has got it. Holmes overskates. McLaughlin sends it out. Klingensmith gets it out to Knapp. Knapp driving wide, taken off by Rodewald. Let's go, guys! Well, they just called an interference on Rodewald for what seemed to me to be a very good defensive play. So we got a very picky referee tonight, so at the 7:32 mark, Eau Claire goes on a power play. Well, the puck flipped out of the zone by Zick. Eau Claire will have to regroup. McLaughlin sends it up to brother Shane. Shane around the forecheck of Husebo. And in on Strakota. Strakota got a foot out and deflected that high and wide. There's a shot in front. You got big Herzog parked in front. There's Eau Claire really going for the deflections in front. This Herzog is 6'4", and he blocks his son down there. And Herzog can't handle that pass. Comes back to Zick. Zick sends it wide, knocked down at center ice by Brzezinski. Brzezinski's pass deflected. Puck out to center ice. Husebo sends it into the Eau Claire zone.
So he will come down again, but the Hudson player will be out at 6.
Hudson's having some, there's an offside on Klingensmith, so it'll bring a face-off outside the Hudson zone.
My collection, 6:28 on the clock. 6:28 on the clock.
Okay, we're having problems with the penalty clock tonight. So the penalty will be up at 6:28 on the game clock. Munger sends it over to McLaughlin. McLaughlin's shot went high. There's Munger, misses it. There's a breakaway chance here for Holmes. Holmes shot went wide there. Finally with the follow-up. Stuck it in the pads. It's intercepted by Corum. There's Dahl with it. Dahl leaves it for Klingensmith. Nice bit of defense there by Evan Zick, tipping that pass away, and Hudson clears the zone. Oh, great opportunity for a shorthanded go-ahead goal there. Here's McLaughlin. Hard shot, deflected by Strakota. Puck comes back. There's Klingensmith with it. Klingensmith drops it for Dahl. Dahl's pass goes over to the corner. Sent on net by McLaughlin. Hudson wisely ices it. And we're going to have a face-off down in the zone. Both teams are now even strength. Well, some good opportunities for Eau Claire there on that power play, but they did not convert. Good reaction time by Strakota. Strakota only played he came up off the Bantam team at towards the end of last year. He only got a couple of games of varsity experience. There's Strakota, knocks that one down. Pruitt sends it out of the zone. Berglund sends it over. Now it comes in. Dow's got it. Dow sends it. Berglund picks it up. Berglund flips it over to Bollinger. Now Hudson using the high glass to clear the zone again. A little one-touch pass intercepted by Dow, but possession regained. The puck behind the net, tipped over into the corner by Rodewald. There, Dow sends a pass out to Michael Holmes. Holmes tried a long cross-court pass.
Oh, come on, man.
Okay, we got a trip called on Smith. And Hudson will go on the power play here with 5:25 left. Hudson's power play unit, Husebo, Beinlich, Jardine, Husebo taking the face off. Dow drops back to the point, along with Spence Corum back to get it. Dow picks it up. Husebo up to Dow. Now Dow skates it across center ice. Reverses his field, looks for the trailer coming in here. Husebo, soft shot on net. Jardine tried to tip, but McLaughlin covers up. Okay, I think the penalty clock works on the guest side of the scoreboard, but not the home side of the scoreboard. Here's Husebo taking the face-off against Klingensmith. Puck kicked over by Klingensmith and sent out of the zone by Munger. Here's Corum back to pick it up. One-man forecheck Kind of rotating forecheck. There, Dow taking off the puck. By Knapp, Corum. Clinton Smith's a strong player. He's blasted through a couple attempted checks by Hudson. Here's Dow with the puck. We got Brzezinski in one-on-one against Corum. Corum takes him off. Corum's going to go for a hold. Well, now we go to 4-on-4 for a minute, and then Eau Claire will switch over to a power play. I think Spence was out a little long that time. His feet weren't moving right. Get a little horse collar on Brzezinski there. Here's Michael Holmes taking the face-off against Dahl. Dahl with the puck. There's a couple opportunities. McLaughlin's backhand went wide. Now, Zick loses track of the puck. Dahl sends it. Now, deflection opportunity there for Knickerbocker. Knickerbocker sent the pass purposely wide, and Dahl came in from the side and tried to tip it in. And Dardine out, puck comes wide over to McLaughlin. Beinlich in to give him some pressure. Knickerbocker sends it wide. McLaughlin skates it in. McLaughlin, a little give and go with Dahl. There's Dahl in front. Nice job of covering up. Nice job of defense there by Zach Beinlich. Puck a little bit long. Okay. Now the Eau Claire penalty is expired and Hudson goes on the penalty kill. Evan Zick logging a lot of minutes here. He's a very smooth skater though. Okay, Hudson's penalty kill group is Rodewald and Dow. Dow dropping back to D on the penalty kill as well. Now Dow, shot knocked down, comes back to Rodewald. Rodewald sends it into Holmes. Now here comes Herzog skating in, reverses, sends it back around to Brzezinski. Brzezinski out to McLaughlin. McLaughlin over to Clint Knickerbocker. A little game of keep away here for Eau Claire, but Holmes gets it out. Nice job of sneaking in the back door there by Evan Hiersbo. Hiersbo tries to get it to Holmes, knocked down by Brzezinski. There's been 2 or 3 Brzezinskis that have played. There's a long shot. Not a very wise shot when you're on the power play. Hudson clears, and Knickerbocker picks it up. Knickerbocker sends it over to McLaughlin. There's Zick, and McLaughlin got around Zick and flipped the backhander in around Stakota, so Eau Claire regains their 1-goal lead with just 1 second left in the power play. So, Shane McLaughlin did get in deep one other time. His shot was deflected high and wide that time. This time a nice little backhander in the near side corner. Okay, Mr. Dakota covers up. Hudson's got a face-off. Swinney taking the face-off against Bollinger. Kane knocks it over to the sidewall and gets it out of the zone. Here Kane on Munger. Her puck comes out to Pruitt at center ice. Pruitt Tries to send it up. There's Spence Corum's pass is intercepted, but the Eau Claire guys rub each other out. So Corum with another pass, knocked down right at the blue line. The puck deflected by Corum, up and out of play, shot by Bollinger. So shots are fairly even here, 12 to 15. Eau Claire's Shane McLaughlin showing us some of his skill on that rush up on the ice to score at the end of that Eau Claire power play. Now the face-off switching out. Brzezinski against Huseball. There's a shot by Knickerbocker, deflected wide. Brzezinski drops it. Oh, comes over to Herzog. Herzog sends it back around. Finally loses it. And Huseball sends it over to Michael Holmes. Holmes dumps it in the Eau Claire zone, and Hudson goes on the offensive. McLaughlin sends it up to Herzog. Herzog throws it into the Hudson zone. And McLaughlin snuck in there, tried to... Oh, nice opportunity there. Brzezinski took a pass from Bollinger. Sirkota saw it coming and covered up. And I can see some fatigue on the part of the Hudson players' legs. Hudson's skating with 4 Ds, and it's always the last 2 minutes of the period where your legs kind of go on you. So puck comes out, Knickerbocker's got it, sends it wide. Pruitt gets it over to Holmes. Holmes up to Beinlich. Beinlich dumps it in. Puck gone around Holmes. Puck comes out. Here's Dahl with it against Pruitt. Dahl dumps it in. There's Spence Corum sends it out. Knickerbocker shot, deflected in front. And it was sent home by Klingensmith. Only 13 seconds left here. Again, a harmless play, but it looked like a harmless play, but a big rebound, and it was backhanded in by Klingensmith for his second goal of the night. Okay, well, Knickerbocker and McLaughlin get the assists on that, and Eau Claire stretches their lead to 3-1. Well, I hope Klingensmith goes to the box there. He absolutely ran Pruitt. Okay, no calls. 5.6 seconds left here in the period. Dahl taking the face-off against Dow. And that's the end of the period. Well, Hudson tied the score here at the start of the third period, really came out firing at the start of the second period, and tied the score on a shot from Evan Zick with assists to Beinlich and Dardine. The teams traded penalties, and Eau Claire finally scored at the very end of the second Hudson penalty when McLaughlin took a pass from Dahl deep in the zone, skated in and around a couple of Hudson defenders and put a backhander by Matt Sirkota. And then in the late going, in a scramble in front of the net, big rebound that was backhanded in by Neil Klingensmith for his second goal of the night, and Eau Claire's third of the evening. So shots right now stand 19-12 in Eau Claire's favor. And Eau Claire enjoys a 3-1 lead going into this second intermission. Again, it looked like the last 2 minutes, Hudson's D's especially looked like they ran out of gas. And having to kill a couple penalties in succession really hurt them, I think. Hudson's had some good opportunities. One shorthanded one, but they haven't been able to get a lot of hard shots on Aaron McLaughlin, the Eau Claire goalie. So Eau Claire with a 3-1 lead going into intermission. Hopefully Hudson can regenerate, drink some Gatorade, and be back and make this game close in the third period. So this has been Dave Drewiski and Paul Winkles. We will see you back at the start of the third period. Okay, welcome back to the third period of this Big Rivers Conference matchup between the Hudson Raiders and the Eau Claire Memorial Old A's. Eau Claire owns a 3-1 lead going into the third period, thanks to 2 late goals in the period with only 2 minutes and 30 seconds left. At the very tail end of a power play, Shane McLaughlin took a pass from Alex Stahl, skated down to the and flipped the backhander in by Alex Sturkota. And then with only 13 seconds left in a scramble in front of the net, Klingensmith put a backhander in over to Sturkota, and Eau Claire went out to a 3-0 lead. The period started out very good for Hudson. Hudson was down 1-0 coming in, and Evan Zick scored on a shot from the point with an assist from Beinlich and Dardine. So if we were still playing those old 15-minute periods, Hudson would probably be tied, but a lot of pressure by Eau Claire late in the period got them the lead. There's Beinlich battling with Dahl. Beinlich shot, deflected wide. There's a Dardine coming in front. Good opportunity. Oh, great opportunity for Bo Holmes, and Beinlich couldn't quite get on the stick. It was a nice little toe drag, but good defensive cover-up by Zick. Zick leaves it for Spence Corum. Corum sends it out of the zone. Dumped back in by Munger. There's Zick sending the puck out of the zone. Ryan Dow chasing, just about deflected it. There's Brzezinski, pass short. Dow sends it wide for Michael Holmes. Holmes brings it into the zone. There's Husebo battling with Brzezinski. Husebo back up. Puck sent out. Pruitt dumps it back in. Skipped over the stick of Husebo. Now Pruitt dumps it back in. Pruitt's playing his first varsity game. He's there he loses his footing. His pass ends up on the stick of Josh Lynn. Lynn goes in all alone, but Sturkota stands tall and smothers that puck. So that's a defenseman's worst nightmare when you're the only one back and you lose the handle on the puck. Fortunately, it didn't cost Hudson. Hudson's had plenty of opportunities here tonight. We just got to put some home. Eau Claire capitalized late in the second period to enjoy this 2-goal cushion. Puck knocked down by Rodewald. Rodewald up to, there's Dardine coming in the zone, sends it to Beinlich. Beinlich's attempted shot knocked down in front. There's Zick flipping it back into the Eau Claire zone. Sent out by Bollinger. There's Zick back. Overskates the puck. Rodewald leaves it for Dardine. Now comes up to Holmes. Holmes gets it out of the zone. McLaughlin dumps it in, knocked down in front by Michael Holmes. Knickerbocker, who already has 2 goals, tries to power to the net, and he was taken off by Rodewald. Okay, puck went up and out of play, so that'll bring a face-off to the right of Sturkota. Here's Dow taking the face-off. Puck over on the half boards. Dow in there battling. Dow gets it up to Husebo. Husebo gets it out of the zone. Holmes brings it in. Holmes shot deflected high and out of play. Well, Hudson's Dow and Husebo went hard to the net there. Too bad that puck got deflected up and out. Hudson needs anything, just anything to get going. His puck comes out to Spence Corum, dumps it into Dow. Dow sends it in front, sent right back out. Now Dow on the puck, and it squirts out where it's picked up by Michael Holmes. Holmes decides to turn and wheel. Holmes is a good-looking freshman. He loses it on the blue line. Pruitt comes in, shot, gloved, and held by McLaughlin. These two McLaughlins, big number 16 Shane and Aaron, are twins. Very different in size and body build. Now we have Hudson Swinney out there. He's flanked by Keane and Ben Johnson. There's a shot in front, backhander in there by Johnson. Johnson ridden off the puck behind the net, knocked down by Johnson. Puck comes out in front. There's Keane, shot wide. There's some fresh legs out there for Hudson right now. It's a good move by coach. There's a backhander in front. Keane trying to get it. McLaughlin gets it out of the zone. Puck kicked wide by Brzezinski. Zick forces it behind the net. Oh, it's picked up by Swinney. Swinney coming out. Swinney dumps it in the zone, and Hudson does a line switch. Their puck tipped and into the Hudson zone. Zick will pick it up. Zick with speed sends it up to Beinlich. Beinlich tips it where it's picked up by Knickerbocker. Knickerbocker's long pass sent long and for an ice. Now this Eau Claire team comes in rated number 4 in the state. They had a 17-5-1 record last year. Hudson, with a 15-7-1 record last year, is ranked honorable mention at the start of the season. Here's Adam Dardine taking the face-off against Alex Dahl. Puck goes back. Knickerbocker's got it. Ringed around. Comes out to center ice. Pruitt fights off the forechecker. Now Klingensmith carries it in. Klingensmith, even though he isn't very big, I would classify him as the power forward for Eau Claire. They have a couple bigger guys, but nobody that skates harder or packs more punch than Klingensmith. And Klingensmith's work has been paid off with 2 goals. There's Beinlich with it, a little bounce pass, and a long pass out. Oh boy, that was deflected up and into the Eau Claire bench. I thought Holmes, if that thing would have hit the boards, would have had a clean breakaway. Holmes had injuries to his knee the last 2 years and wasn't able to play hockey. He had a very good football season this year, where the Raiders were their first time ever Big Rivers Conference football champions. And he decided to come out and skate with his brother, and here he is on varsity. This Husebo coming in. Husebo tries to send it in front of the net. McLaughlin lost it momentarily, but it ended up in his pads, and he smothers it. Good idea there by Husebo. Husebo's got great vision, good playmaking center. Now Dow is taking the face-off against Brzezinski. Puck comes back. Zick keeps it in. McLaughlin knocks it down and sends it out of the Hudson zone. Zick back to get it. Both these teams are using a long bench tonight. All players getting some opportunities. Nice flip to clear the zone by Zick. Puck chipped back in and taken into the zone by Bull. Now there's a trip, and Hudson will go on a power play. Bollinger tripped Dow, and Hudson at 11:28 here will have an opportunity to narrow this score. So that's Bollinger in the sin bin for a trip, and Hudson goes on the power play. Hudson did give up a shorthanded goal for Eau Claire's first goal in the first period, and that's the way it ended, 1-0 for Eau Claire. There's a puck knocked back in the corner by Dahl. Puck comes out to Rodewald. Rodewald beats his man, shot in front, hit by Dahl skating it out and dumps it. Got Knapp after it. Knapp ridden off doing a nice job killing time back there. Oh, got to watch out for Dahl sneaking around in front. Good cover up there by Rodewald. Hudson's got to settle it down now and try to get some pressure of their own. Here's Dow with it. Sends it up to Husebo. Husebo up to Rodewald. Rodewald shot off the shoulder of McLaughlin and into the corner. And McLaughlin steals the puck away from Dardine, and it comes out into neutral ice. Here's Rodewald sending it wide and bounced off the ref instead of into the Eau Claire zone. And Klingensmith steals it. There's an opportunity for Brzezinski. And Eau Claire gets their second power play goal. He was standing there for our second shorthanded goal. Well, Brzezinski's been a constant pain in Hudson's side this game. So Brzezinski scores with assists from Klingensmith and Knickerbocker. There's a pass wide, sent down in. You got Kane. There's a backhanded attempt. There's Kane in front. Excuse me, that's not Kane, that's Ben Johnson. Pruitt lost track of that. Here's a 2-1. And a second shorthanded goal. That's a hat trick for Klingensmith. Assist on that goes to McLaughlin. So Eau Claire out to an insurmountable 5-1 lead. 3 goals on it. Well, teams are back to even strength. Boy, the way the power play's gone tonight for Hudson, you might want to decline penalties. Okay, Herzog sends it out, picked up by Zick. Zick absolutely leveled Herzog, even though he's 6'4", and Zick is about 5'8". Zick looks like he's hurting, though, after that collision. Well, Hudson battled hard for the first period in the 15 minutes of the second period, but the wheels kind of came off the wagon the last 2 minutes of the second period, and then on that disastrous power play. We got Kapla leaving the puck for McLaughlin. McLaughlin sends it up to Bollinger, and Bollinger carries it into the Hudson zone. Bollinger around McLaughlin. Now it's picked up and sent out to Stephen Berkey. James Fall and Stephen Berkey seeing some action along with Bo Holmes. This Fall trying to take this man off the puck. Now it comes out. Holmes over there to put a little pressure on. Oh, the puck comes out. here's what I thought was an opportunity for Holmes, but Eau Claire's man just came off the bench to thwart that. Kapla sends it into the Hudson zone. Jardine sends it back. Now, here's Zach Meinley coming out of the zone, tried a little drag around and loses the puck. Munger wasn't able to control it. Now Knickerbocker sends it down into the Hudson zone. And battle down in the corner there. Finally, puck comes out to Beinlich. There's a shot from the point by Knickerbocker, deflected high and out of play. Well, Hudson's managed 18 shots here to Eau Claire's 22, but those 5 goals have come on some unusual circumstances. I've never seen 3 shorthanded goals in one game. So here's Dahl taking the face-off now against Dow. These two play together on Team Wisconsin in the off-season. They're good friends, but not tonight. There's Usable uses the puck now. You got Dahl in there battling. Puck squirts out. Picked up by Dow. Dow over to Michael Holmes. Holmes with speed into the Eau Claire zone. Shot kicked wide by Dahl. And the puck comes, the whole net and the goalie come flying out of the crease. Big collision in back. Husebo got sandwiched back there. Okay, Hudson switches lines. Swinney will be centering against Brzezinski. The puck comes back to Kapla, over to Herzog. Herzog just dumps it, and that'll be an ice. Okay, another face-off down in the Eau Claire zone. Their puck kicked in and now sent out up to Herzog. But we got a high stick, so it'll come back in the Eau Claire zone. Swinney's had a nice game. This is his first varsity game, to my knowledge, and he wins that. Actually gets a shot on net right out of the face-off. He's flanked out there by Ben Johnson, who's also seeing his, well, all 3 members of that line are seeing their first varsity experience for Hudson. David Keene, number 18 on the left wing, or the right wing as well. There's coming out with the puck, skates it across the goal mouth and brings it across center ice where he dumps it in. Hudson will switch lines now. The puck comes out to Corum at center ice. Corum sends it right back in. McLaughlin shields off Jardine from the puck. Now it comes back to McLaughlin. He leaves it for Kapla. Kapla sends it out to Bollinger, and Bollinger dumps it in. They're going with real short shifts right now, rolling all 4 lines. There's Corum skating it out, Corum dumping it in, and here's Holmes giving chase. Holmes picks it up, bad pass there. Oh, nice opportunity in front. Jardine just was poke checked off. Here's Spence Corum with a good effort, keeping that puck, that neutralized. Rodewald back to get it. Rodewald over to Holmes in the corner. Holmes tried a little backhand flip, didn't quite get there. Munger sends it back. There's a shot from the point by Knickerbocker that was kicked wide. Another face-off down in the Hudson zone with 5:07 left here in the hockey game. Hudson's Ryan Dow will face off against Bollinger. Six got it. Ridden off the puck down in the corner. Comes out to Michael Holmes. There's Novacek getting taken off the puck by Zick. And Dow sends it out to Michael Holmes. Holmes gets it wide, picked up and carried into the Eau Claire zone. Oh, Husable really got sandwiched there again. It's twice in the last two shifts that Husable's gotten sandwiched. Oh. Turnover behind the net, a shot by Eau Claire's Novacek, and Claire stretches their lead. He's scoring on that is Bo from Novacek.
Scoring for player number 7, Mike Novacek, assisted by number 10, Ethan Bo. Novacek from Bo at 12:35.
Novacek is a senior. Hasn't played too much tonight, but he made the most of that opportunity. We got Chris Berglund back on D right now. Paired with Spence Corum. Puck sent back in by Eau Claire. Corum picks it up. Corum sends it up but not out. It's a hand pass, and that'll bring another face-off. Eau Claire hand passed it into the zone, so that brings the face-off down into the Eau Claire zone. We've got James Fall taking the face-off now. Kind of a stalemate there. Eau Claire comes out with it. And it's iced by Ayers. Ayers is a big fella too, listed at 6'4" and 215 pounds. Well, Hudson switches lines. Dardine back in. Dardine gets the puck out almost to the point. Comes back home, sends it in the Eau Claire zone. Their puck kept in. Here's Dardine with a good opportunity. Sends it wide. Bo Holmes shot up, deflected. Oh, just over the corner. Good opportunity there for Hudson. Now here's Meinlich losing the handle. Sends it, tries to get in front. Tipped out to the side. And now it's skated out by Knickerbocker. Knickerbocker into the Hudson zone. Sends a shot that's gloved and dropped by Strakota. There's a little bit of stick handling by Beinlich. Beinlich dumps it in just wide of the net. Kapla back to get it. There's Michael Holmes picking it up, sends it back to Rodewald. Rodewald sends it for Husabo. Picked up by Shane McLaughlin. McLaughlin leaves it for Kapla. Puck comes out. And Smith sends a shot in that's knocked down and covered by Strakota. We got Ryan Dow taking the face-off now against Bollinger. Dow wins that face-off clean, gets it back to Spence Corum. Corum with speed coming out of the zone, dumps it in. Michael Holmes in the corner, sends it around. Shane McLaughlin's got it, sends it out, but wide, and that'll be an ice. Novacek, who scored that goal. Couldn't quite handle that pass from McLaughlin. 2:23 left. Eau Claire with an insurmountable 6-1 lead. Face-off taken by Swinney. Swinney in there battling, but Knickerbocker comes up with it. Pruitt sends it wide for Kane. Picked up and carried in by Swinney. Swinney's shot knocked down and gloved by McLaughlin. Good hard shot there by Swinney. There's good battling there by David Kane. Kane with a backhanded try, just hanging there on the post. McLaughlin managed to cover. Well, these fresh legs for Hudson are doing pretty well. A couple good opportunities there for this Swinney line. Swinney wins that puck clean. There's a battle down there between Spence, Corum, and Munger. Comes out, McLaughlin's got it. McLaughlin's shot knocked down and gloved by Strakota. Big scrum in front of the net. The Claire's D's do a nice job of putting those shots in low and hard. They're not necessarily trying to score, more likely trying to get rebounds or tips off of those. There's Dardine taking the face-off now against Lynn. Another shot from the point by McLaughlin, up and out of play. Big scrum down there. Kapla back to get it with Holmes in hot pursuit. Kapla does a little reverse and then gets the puck up where it's intercepted by Dardine. Dardine's tried to flip it back in. It was Jake Munger dumps it down into the Hudson zone. There's Zach Beinlich with it. Beinlich tried a little quick pass to Dardine, intercepted, and Novacek's battling in the corner down there. Now it's picked up by Zick. Zick, a little flip pass by McLaughlin. There's Holmes in there with speed, trying to beat Knickerbocker to the puck. Does get it. Nobody there to back him up. There's puck intercepted by Husebo. Husebo tried a little flip in front. Dardine couldn't quite handle it. Husebo couldn't get much on that pass. He was trying to hit Holmes in the middle. Oh, Holmes in there battling. Here's Zick coming in. Oh, Zick was going to wind up with a big slap shot. No, Claire coming back with a 3-1 here. Oh, puck rang off the pipe on the crossbar. Now we got Husebo coming back. Husebo tries a little toe drag, ridden off the puck by McLaughlin. Now we got an ice. And Hudson will get one more chance to make this a little more respectable. 8 seconds left. Hudson sends James Fall out to take this face-off. Puck knocked back in the corner. Knickerbocker picks it up, sends it out to Herzog, and that'll be it. Well, kind of a disastrous power play for Hudson early in the third period. Hudson went into the period behind 3-1, and there was a trip called on Bollinger, and in that shorthanded situation, Eau Claire scored 2 shorthanded goals. The first scored by Brady Brzezinski with assists from Klingensmith and Knickerbocker. The second, kind of the backbreaker, scored by Klingensmith with an assist to McLaughlin. And then Eau Claire added one late in the contest when Novacek with an assist from Bo, made the score 6-1. So for the first period and all but the last 2 minutes of the second period, Hudson played a very competitive game. It was 1-1. Eau Claire got 2 late goals in the end of the second period, and then 2 shorthanded goals early in the third period to win this one going away. I think you can definitely see that Eau Claire had a couple games under their belt, and Hudson was in their first contest. Tough draw for an opener, having the number 4 team in the state. I like some of what I saw from the Hudson team. First 2 lines played really well, and we got some nice play from the line centered by Adam Swinney. Hudson's 4-man defensive rotation, I think, really has got to be well conditioned to continue to play as much as they do, because a lot of those goals came when guys just seemed pretty exhausted. That can happen early in the year when you don't have your lungs and legs. So this Hudson team, is going to be in action again twice next week. Tuesday night against New Richmond and Thursday night against Menominee, both here. So this has been Dave Drewiski and Paul Winkles for the Hudson Blue Line Club, saying come on out and enjoy some hockey at the Hudson Sports and Civic Center. Good night.